Hello, hello everyone. I'm here with my man, and I'd like him to tell you something important. Would you please speak, sir?
This is very important. We started a petition to ban feminists from the mainstream media because feminists have just been lying too blatantly and spreading disinformation, like with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. But there's countless other examples of them lying in the media. They're just outright lying. Like a very egregious example is that a Channel 4 program about child support, basically, and it showed every single victim of parental alienation. It showed it as females. Every single victim they interviewed was a female. So it was just gaslighting and lies. And people even made complaints about it. But there's countless examples of feminist media disinformation, mainstream media disinformation. So we started a petition to get feminists out of mainstream media. Okay. And it was just starting to take off. I even donated some of my own money towards it, right? Because when you donate money to a petition, they spread it out even more online. And they banned it. They removed it, and they didn't give a single reason why.
Right. Matter of fact, you could also mention that this happened very quickly. Like, how long ago did you put it up?
Well, I didn't put it up. It was another member of the Promo Collective that did it.
That's true.
And they put it up, I think, yesterday. So it was up like at the most, it was like a day and a half at the most, but it's probably 24 hours. It was 24 hours and it was taken down. Boom. So and what's going on here? There is no violation of it was nothing. I've read it. There was nothing extreme being said. There's no hate speech. There's no swearing. There's no threats of violence. It was taken down by feminists who run the site. They saw MRAs speaking out against the feminist hate movement, and they removed us and they banned it. The petition linked to feminist examples of marginalizing and harming men, using the government and mainstream media to do so, and they removed it. So they're actually proving what we say, basically, right there.
Exactly.
So yes, the feminist gatekeeper problem is the biggest problem we face as men's rights activists. We've got a big struggle ahead of us. It's very hard to motivate men, right? There's a lot of false consciousness, but every time we gain traction, the feminists are there to stop us. Boom, because they take positions of power. It's horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
I'd like to add too that, look, they can't do this unless everybody's involved. This is something guys and women don't want to admit. That's why I'm not crazy when people say radical feminist and blah, blah, blah. For them to do this, that means everyone who's involved in change.org and every other particular all the media platforms.
Yeah.
That means the average guy is okay with this. He's willing to put up with this.
Yes. Yes, and people act like the Johnny Depp thing was out of the blue and there's big supplies. Now, this sort of thing has been happening for a long time, and it's very problematic. MRAs and anti-feminists were gaining a lot more traction in 2014, 2013, and 2012. Yes. We had a lot. I remember, right, every feminist article online had anti-feminist pushback in the comment section. They had lots of, they were just ridicule, saying this is false. Like every wage gap article will get debunked by the comments section, people pointing out how it's bullshit, right? Countless examples. So what did the feminists do? They just closed all the comment sections on feminist articles, right? So feminist videos on YouTube were getting downrated and obliterated. They're getting ratioed. So what did YouTube do? They removed the downvote button, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yes. So every time we speak out against the feminism, we get muffled. They silence us.
Yes. Well, it's not just that. Again, Mr. Blue, if you don't mind me repeating, when you do hear people talk about it on YouTube, like other YouTubers, they will not mention feminists at all.
Yes.
At all. You know, so they're a part of the problem. Men are always part of the problem.
They call them woke SJWs, or they don't even when they don't name them, they're just speaking in very vague, generic terms about censorship and banning. Yeah. You know, they don't say who's doing the banning. It's like, it's like saying, oh, these black people getting lynched. I wonder who's doing it. It's the KKK doing it. Name the fucking problem. Who was gassing the Jews? It wasn't a vague, nebulous group of angry people, right? It was the Nazis who gassed the Jews. Who is censoring and banning MRAs on the internet? It's the feminists, right? It has to be emphasized and said over and over again. Now, this is a long-term struggle. This is a generational struggle, in my opinion, because we have to somehow get feminists out of positions of power and make sure they never, ever, ever get positions of power ever, ever again. ever again. We've got to learn from history and make sure they're out, right? Because these lunatics and man-haters and malicious, hateful people, every time they want to network, every time they network, they'll harm us in some way. It's self-defense. We have to ban feminists before they ban us, as Pro Melvin Vendetta says.
Yes.
Right? We have to ban them. It's self-defense at this point. It's clear self-defense. No freedom of speech bullshit. We just have to marginalize them and silence them.
Yeah. And here's nothing, Mr. Blue. It's a case too that it's something that men don't want to have to deal with. They won't go away on their own.
Yes.
Force is going to be necessary.
Yes. Like, for example, there was a video talking about Elon Musk fired a lot of feminists from his company recently because they were bad-mouthing his company, right? And people weren't calling them feminists, they're calling them woke, SJWs, active. Another one is activists. They just call them activists. Another vague dodge term, right? And someone's going, all companies just shut down human resource departments, which is absolutely ludicrous thing to do because every company needs them. Some big companies need them anyway. Every big company needs them to help manage a company. So instead of dealing with feminist problems, instead of going, feminists are a problem, we've got to screen them out and make sure they don't come into a company, let's shut down an entire department. And like, if you did that, the feminists will just take over another part of the company, right? That's a problem, right? This passive, reactive nonsense, that's the end. Also, feminists are taking over manga right now. There's like translators of manga, right? They're interjecting feminist stuff into it now, okay? Right? They're interjecting feminist sayings into the translations. And people just go, I'll just learn Japanese then and read it in the original Japanese. That's avoiding the fucking problem. You have to remove the feminists from the company. You have to get rid of them. Period. You're ignoring the disease, right? I've got, there's something wrong with my hand. I'll just like chop my hands off and learn not to use my left hand. Like, no, Jesus Christ.
It's running away too. I don't think ignoring may be the wrong term. It's avoidance. They're running away. They are doing something active. Their active is to run away. They move on. The locusts come eat their grain, and then they get up and say, "We'll find new farmlands."
Yeah, it's like rats in your room. Oh, there's rats in this room. I'll just close this room off and never use it and just stay in this room. Oh no, they've moved over here. You know, I'll buy a new house. You know, no, you get fucking pest control, mate. You get pest control. Feminists are pests.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they destroy government, they destroy organizations, they wreck things. Like they have wrecked Hollywood. And look, they've wrecked it on two levels. They put feminist man-hate in it, and they have bombed equality as well. They've done both at the same time. They've done both, right? Feminists wreck everything, entertainment, organizations. They've wrecked Wikipedia as well. They've wrecked Wikipedia. There's feminist bias on Wikipedia, and articles are getting ruined and edited and deleted, and lies are getting spread. They've wrecked Wikipedia. I can list the examples of all the things they've wrecked, right? And you know what? David Frutel, man boobs, that male feminist bootlick lackey, he goes, you know, MRAs, why don't you organize and fight for your own issues instead of just complaining about feminists? The reason we complain about fucking feminists is because they do things like this. They ban us, right? So don't gaslight us and pretend we're like whiners complaining about feminists for no reason. Feminists go after us. Right? If we try to do positive things for men and ignore feminists, the feminists will still come after us and ban us. So we have to get the feminists dealt with and ban them. Period. It's the only way.
Well, the other thing is, look, for men to fight for their rights means fighting against female privilege. And you don't have to be a feminist to put up a strength. The average woman in the world on the street will put up a fight if men start fighting for their actual rights. I guarantee you that.
Yes, look, there's the feminist man-haters and there's the enablers, right? And like at the very best, you could expect some lip service. You know, that's too bad they're doing it to men, but shrugs, oh well, they won't do anything. And then they'll protest for tampons. Like feminists have protested for tax-free tampons in New York before circumcision of baby boys. That shows you where their fucking priorities lie. And here's another thing, right? Okay, feminists lie all the time, right? And countless feminists will just lie about being anti-feminist or being against extremist feminists when they're not. They're just lying.
Yes.
Right? You just got to accept that. So change.org, I've had my money stolen off them. I'm going to try and contact my bank and try to get the transaction cancelled on Monday.
Good.
Because I donated money to this petition and they've just removed it. They've stolen money from me. That's theft. Right? I've got no refund from them. It should be automatic. I shouldn't have to contact the bank. This is theft. Period. Yes.
Exactly.
So fuck change.org. I'm not gonna say don't use it, because we might have to use it for certain things to our advantage. You've got to use bad sites, but never ever donate money to them. Period. Do not give them 1 penny or 1 cent of your money.
I agree. I agree. That's something that I'm glad I want to repeat along with you. Don't give change.org your money because
Yes.
you're feeding feminists and they hate your guts. Do you understand that?
They take over everything. They take over everything. Gatekeep everything. Right? They banned a Discord group that we had for no reason. Feminists falsely reported it, right, to get it taken down. They just made up lies about us and they got it banned, and we couldn't appeal it. These fucking stalkers follow us everywhere. You see that shows the petition just there.
Yeah, exactly.
We lost it. This is it. But
We
this is the
lost
only.
it. Yeah.
Yes, but that's it. That's a ban feminists from entering the mainstream media and positions of power, and that's perfectly reasonable because they're proven time and time again they harm men. They seek to harm men every chance they get, marginalize and harm men. That is what feminists live for, right? They want female supremacy and more female privilege, but that's actually secondary. They want to
Yeah.
harm men. That's it.
Yes, exactly. This is the other thing. Yeah, I agree that it's a female supremacy movement, but you're right. A lot of guys say that as opposed to, I don't know if they, Mr. Blue, if they just don't realize it or if they want to, or some sort of denial along with
It's,
it.
it's denial. It's denial. Men don't like
Yeah.
articulating the victimhood or them being harmed. Right?
Yes.
It's weird. Men will go, oh, these leftists are out to get us. These communists are out to get us. These right wingers are out to get us. You know, these spies are out to get us. The elites are out to get us. Right?
Yeah.
But men never go, this group, women are out to get us as men. They never articulate that.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
always some other fucking group that either exaggerated or doesn't exist at all. But they never call out the feminist man haters. And these feminists have been doing this for decades now. They've been calling us pigs and subhumans and dehumanizing us for decades.
Yes. Also, I want to point out that the reason why it's important, besides the fact that you want to be accurate, is that what happens is once in a while a woman will suffer because of the man hatred. And people say, oh, see, they're out to get women too. I said, no, they're not. They're out to get men, and women sometimes get zapped in the crosshairs.
Yes, yes.
You know,
and look, and the thing is, it's groveling as well. Oh, look, women are getting hurt too. You know, let's be reasonable. Let's help both sides. Men have got to start thinking, no, we come first. We're the most important part of society because we are men. We will look out for ourselves ruthlessly like women do. So men, me. Men have got to start thinking like that. You know,
exactly.
It's fairness bullshit because it's olive branch extending. You talk about olive branches, right?
Yes.
Okay, no, it doesn't work. Like women either slap the olive branch away or they pretend to take it and say, "Oh look, I'm going to help you." Then they do jack fucking shit.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, gentlemen, when you do this, what you're saying is women are more important to you than you as a man. As soon as you say, oh, but women are being hurt too, what you're saying is, hold it, I'm not important, but she's important. So please come and rescue us. You know, this is what makes me vomit.
Yes. Yes. So I think we've covered everything.
Yes, we did, Mr. Blue. I'm glad you pointed this out. This is important. I didn't realize this happened because, like you say, this was only put up yesterday and it was gone immediately.
Yes. The feminists are on the ball. The thing is, I saw them, my feminists on one level. They're very efficient and proactive, unlike men who are passive and reactive. Like, oh my God. Look, I'm going to cover more of the Whisper Network, right? Because it's 500 women in the comic book industry who've actually dominated and trashed it. They've taken over the comic book industry. They've just done it by networking.
Yeah.
Or it's a private Facebook group. They've networked and took it all over. We've got to actually be honest. We've got to talk about how effective feminists are. They're the most successful, effective hate movement in the history of mankind ever. They get shit done more than any right wingers are the ultimate fucking losers who whine and complain and get nothing done. This is why I don't want to ally with them. Feminists get shit done. They get shit done.
Yeah. This is part of the denial too. That's why they'll say they're weirdos, or like you say, they love showing the ugly, kind of goofy looking girl screaming, you know, to say, oh, look, they're really harmless. I said, no, they're not.
And it's actually bad people do that as well because they're mocking a mentally ill crazy person as well. Yes, it's, oh, look at this crazy, stupid, mentally ill person. Let's laugh at him. So it makes them look bad, actually. it backfires. It makes
Yes,
them
big
look like
time.
heartless people. The feminists will just point at that and see how heartless and disparaging these MRAs are. They're idiots.
Yeah.
Not even MRAs, but they'll be called MRAs, obviously.
Of
Because
course.
anyway, we're starting to digress.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I'm glad you came. You hit
Yes.
all the right notes. This is the
Yes.
perfect place to end it. Thank you, Mr. Blue. We
Yes.
will over and out, sir. Goodbye.